This guy missed the swinging rope and he plummeted to... Brooklyn coughs, interrupting him. I'm about to go next. Want to cool it on the plummeting talk? I pale. Not only from the prospect of a fall, but also from the side eye that Brooklyn casts Evan. He was never really good at picking up social cues, but that hardly mattered when it was just the two of us. My friends from Pacific aren't used to his seemingly random or inappropriate lines of thinking. Yeah, Evan, maybe not now, I reiterate politely. I don't need that mention of plummeting either, not when I'm up soon. Watching Stunt Warrior on primetime TV and attempting to live it are two different things. If only getting out of this obstacle course was as easy as changing the channel. Evan doesn't seem to hear Brooklyn or me. It was intense, and kind of like this course. Remember when I bruised my ribs flopping off those high bars on the Wharton field? He whistles notes that start out high, then drop, just like he did. He even throws in a splat sound effect. Splat! Brooklyn frowns, and I bite back my rising annoyance with Evan. I had no idea he'd be at camp, too. Between my Brazilian jiu-jitsu and his gaming and constant intake of online videos, we haven't spoken much in the last year. So when I spotted Evan wandering in at the beginning of class, I excitedly waved him over. His surprise arrival reeked of parental scheming. Mom was always trying to set up play dates for me back in elementary school. But then my Pacific friends cast wide-eyed, shocked looks at Evan's Yoda-themed everything. Shirts, shorts, and even socks, and super tall hair. They didn't seem too sure about this proposed latest addition to our group. Now I'm worried too. When a class spot and a scholarship opened up at Pacific Academy in 6th grade, my family and I jumped at the chance. Thanks to my BJJ wins, I upgraded that lonely Wharton image for popular sporty kid. I didn't realize how awesome it was until I walked down the Pacific halls and got my first high five and congrats on the win from a random kid. I felt a part of the crowd, finally, not outside of it. Baker, you're up, Coach Ike yells from across the gym. Brooklyn starts the course. She leaps over the higher wooden boxes, easily rolls, and cartwheels across the plasticky floor mats, and flies up the ramp before gracefully making that final jump. Evan whistles. I'd forgotten how much he expresses himself through whistles and claps. He's the only one doing so, but it doesn't stop him from loudly applauding Brooklyn's run. Wow, she was amazing. Are all you Pacific guys going to put me to shame like that? I swallow hard at how unlikely that is when I can't even look at the elevated platform without my heart racing. Evan glances back at me, and I reach for an excuse for my cranky look. Sorry, my ankle's a little weird. Maybe I tweaked it on the balance beam, I say. My intense fear of heights means I won't expertly zoom through any non-ground level course the way Brooklyn did. I'm not about to admit that out loud to anyone, though. Careful on that last jump, I warn. It's fine. There's a net below if we fall, see? Evan points to a flimsy mesh that's supposed to stop a bone-cracking landing on the gym floor. From behind me, Rex pipes in. That thing couldn't catch a fly. Besides, Thea won't need it. He elbows me good-naturedly. I croak out a nope in agreement. Rodriguez, your turn. Coach Ike calls to Evan. And with that, Evan, in the true Evan form I remember from 5th grade, begins to bumble his way through the course. He takes twice as long as Brooklyn, and his sloppy cartwheel mimics a donkey kicking in the air. He's never been interested in physical activity like this. He's more into screens, learning everything he can from YouTube videos and engaging in the Mytho-Hatch online gaming community. He comes to the final leap, but instead of the running start everyone else had taken, he simply backs up a step, then attempts to hop across the divide. He only makes it halfway. I cringe at the burst of laughter and commiserating ouches, but Evan seems unfazed. He flops out of the net and joins the